Okay, hello and welcome back to Bible. Bible? But I hardly know Bill. Also, that's slavery. I used to have a Teras with me. I think he disappeared. Hello? Teras? God damn it.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, while I was setting up my camera, Discord decided to switch what my default microphone is set.
Did it just switch again? It sounded like you cut out. Did it switch it again? Once again, I cannot hear you. Nope. Try again. Amazing. Everything's working just as it should. Yeah, well, this joke has been ruined. Rip. I promise I had a very funny joke set up, but it literally doesn't work anymore now. Okay, I'm sure we'll get started in a few moments. Never Teras and figure out what the hell is happening. You know what? While we wait for him, here, I found something. Since it's been so long. The super short TLDR for all the books. So for anyone that either missed it or doesn't remember. Genesis, meaning the beginning or origin of something. Genesis is the first book of the Bible, recording creation, the fall of man, and the early years of the nation of Israel. And that was so long ago, it's not really that relevant anymore. So, if you don't really remember, doesn't matter. Exodus. God appoints Moses to lead the Israelites out of slavery in Egypt to the promised land of Canaan, establishing a special relationship with them.
How about now?
Hello. With them on the way to Mount Sinai. Where?
I fucking hate this fucking program.
Nice.
I'm just visibly upset. Discord just looked at my microphone and just went, nah.
Discord just looked at your microphone and was like, shut the fuck up, nobody wants to hear you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did.
Leviticus. God gives Israel rules to live by and instructions to present themselves wholly before him. That was the one that was super dry with just a bunch of rules, what you have to do, how you have to build the Holy of Holies, the whatever it was called. How much gold, how much virgin blood, and whatever the fuck else they used. And then, of course, how you deal with murderers and all those. And then we have the Book of Numbers, a sequel to Exodus.
I think I joined the whole meeting thing, by the way.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
The quality is so garbage when it's in full screen. Yeah. It's disgusting.
It's awful. It looks so much better on my little preview on my thing.
Maybe
wonderfully awful.
Maybe we should find a different service. Also, nice auto blur. Yeah. Nice auto zoom. Just don't worry, we'll get him on screen in a moment. Numbers. A sequel to Exodus, Number takes its name from two censuses, or numberings, of the people of Israel following their journey through the wilderness for 40 years. Yeah, basically, they counted how many people of the offsprings of... Who was Israel again? Who was the main dude?
Didn't he have two names?
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't Israel, the new one that nobody referred to him by. And
yeah, what's the other Israel?
What's the other name? I don't remember, but I think Numbers is about how big the offsprings of his offsprings are and how big their armies are and all of that. And then we have Deuteronomy, which I'm not going to show because we're only at chapter 5 of that. So there would be spoilers.
Do not spoil the fun.
Hello, Danny. Does this just work if I turn this on? Oh my god, that's... Life is so good when things just work out. I mean, it doesn't even look terrible when it's not in full screen.
Yeah, it's just all tiny, compressed, and you don't
Yeah.
actually see it. So
Yeah, we'll just pretend everything's fine. So I'm only gonna ask you this once. I'm just gonna say, take a few seconds to think about it. Are you ready?
Think about it. I'm just kind of reading the first bit, and my brain's already getting flashbacks to all those fucking weeks. Oh, osmosis. I already fucking can't.
Okay.
Oh.
Let me repeat. Are you ready?
Nowhere fucking near. Let's go.
Okay. How long will it take you to get ready? I've got plenty of time.
What am I actually doing?
Drinking until you're ready.
Right, wait. Yeah, hold on.
That the automatic camera face follow is so weird.
It's brilliant. It's actually amazing.
It's just, I always find that so jarring, but
Oh.
I think it's fine. Deuteronomy 5.
My wine's finished. I only had a little bit. Fine, I'll get some gin and tonic in a minute.
Deuteronomy 5. Deuteronomy?
Deuteronomy.
So you don't remember?
Literally, my brain is fucking blank.
Nah.
Not enough alcohol. I'm gonna go get some gin. I'll be right back. I gotta go get my tonic water.
Who needs holy water when you can have tonic water?
I think like during the break that we've had, I've actively grown back some brain cells I've lost along the way. So now that we're back, I'm just it's.
You're basically playing lemmings with your brain cells.
I want to go home.
Okay, let's try this again. Deuteronomy 5. There we go. And Moses summoned all of Israel, and he said to them, "Listen, O Israel, to the ceremonies and judgments which I'm speaking to your ears on this day." Just very specifically that he's speaking them to their ears and not any other body.
In case he's just speaking into their eyes.
Yeah. That would be unwise. Learn them and fulfill them indeed.
Subscription, awesome.
Teras spinnings, sky to spinnings.
Oh no, cat peasant.
I like how the text sheet just says Teras spinnings.
Close enough.
Thanks for the mental and financial support. And fulfill them indeed. The Lord our God has formed a covenant with us at Horeb. He did not make the covenant with our daddies, but with us, who are alive and in the present time. He spoke to us face to face on the mountain from the midst of fire. Was that ever specified? I think that's new information. Like, Osmosis,
I think it might be.
Osmosis went up the mountain and just had a chat, but I don't think there was ever a fire mentioned before. And also, wait, he spoke to us. Osmosis is saying this. So who is us? I guess it's maybe Triple Aaron, who's now left to die in the desert, if I remember correctly. Because he did something wrong, so he has to be alone in the desert for 40 years or something like that, or 42.
Seems legit.
I was the mediator, for I was in the middle between the Lord and you. At that time, to announce his words to you. Oh, that's a good starting point. Speaking of good starting points. Dude, we should make a sitcom, call it Osmosis in the Middle.
I've done the thing.
Cat Peasant would be proud of you.
Osmosis in the middle. I can't believe you.
Oh, wow. I can't believe it took you this long to process.
Oh no, I know, it didn't take me that long to process. I was doing other things when you said it, so I had to like finish with my thought and then get to it.
Exactly, that's what I meant. But yeah,
It was a tactical thing of the thing to.
or you were afraid of the fire, and so you did not ascend to the mountain. Wait.
Oh.
Wait. So in summary, Osmosis is telling all of his folk basically. I went on the mountain. We went on the mountain. I think we were referring to him and Triple Aaron, and then he spoke to God, basically one-on-one FaceTime. And he did that alone because everybody else was afraid of the fire. Which fucking fire? And didn't the Lord specifically say that only Osmosis and Triple Aaron are allowed to come up, and anyone else would die or something like that? Probably.
I mean, yeah, I do remember
I'm pretty
there being
sure
the two that went up, but I don't remember there being. There was definitely no fire that stopped them from going up. It was more of just a threat.
Yeah, I think
it was just a threat of do not up.
I think the Lord said, "Bring everybody to to Mount Sin AI, but only you and Triple Aaron may ascend. Everybody else has to wait at the bottom." I think that's roughly what he said. There was nothing about any fire. Like how does that work? There's just a fire at the foot of the mountain, and Osmosis and Triple Aaron are just standing there. All right, we'll just Dragon Force through the fire and the flames and meet up with the Lord. I like the dramatic zoom on your face. Nice. That was good timing. Good job. And he said, "I am the Lord your Skytus."
I remember that one. I'm gonna like go to our church like 20 years down the line, and they're gonna say some very similar thing. And I'm gonna start like patting my pockets, looking around like, "Fuck, I know this one."
This is funny because you already said that exactly that is gonna happen at some point in the future, but I guess you forgot that you already had that.
Yeah, I probably did. Yeah, I had a funny interaction a bit time ago with a priest, not too long ago.
I mean, any interaction with the priest is funny automatically.
Yeah, it was. My family dragged me to a thing, some communion something thing, and apparently I was
communism,
family. So
I believe it's called.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So they forced me to go with them, but I didn't. I was like, I'm not going into the church, whatever you say. So I just sit there outside, just chilling on my phone. And the priest walks by and he's like, "Do you want to come in and take a seat?" I'm like, "No, if I walk in, I'll just burst into flames." And he just cheated. Had the most like fucking amused chuckle and just walked away. I'm like, perfect.
You should have just started singing "Take Me to Church," but instead just say "Take me not to church."
Breaks into a fucking song.
Okay, so for anyone that doesn't remember, every time certain phrases or things are mentioned, you have to drink. It's not an option. If you're watching, you have to. Even if you're a dry alcoholic, you still have to. Also, I like how it just says community challenge and it raised 67k because I guess it rounds up, but the requirement was not 67k. It was 66,666. So technically,
wow.
By that logic, more was raised than needed. So thanks, Twitch.
You should have made it 69k, and then saved the 6666 for a Bible related challenge.
I didn't know Bible was happening when I came up with this. To be fair,
wow.
So
we've talked about it for a while.
Yeah, but you never.
We're like an old band getting back together, but we're just not very good.
Bible has been banned. So, I am the Lord your Skytus, who led you away from the land of Egypt, from the house of servitude. Oh, no, are we going to talk about this again?
I don't want to.
You shall not have strange Skytuses in my sight. You shall not make for yourself a graven image, nor the likeness of anything which is in heaven above, or on earth below, or which abides in the waters under the earth. We're literally just quoting what we already, like, right, Bible was written for stupid people, so you have to repeat it over and over and over. That's what my dad concluded, and I think that's a very logical explanation. You shall not adore, and you shall not worship these things. For I am the Lord your Skytus, a jealous Skytus, repaying the iniquity of the daddies upon the sons to the third and fourth generation, to those who hate me, and acting with mercy in thousands of ways to those who love me and keep my precepts. So he's even aware that he's a jealous fuck. Just what? That's what this. Well, first of all, he said, "I am the largest Skytus," so cheers.
Son of a fuck.
It literally, I did not edit this, and I don't think Teras has the motivation to interact with the Bible anymore than he does right now. So it literally says, "For I am the largest Skytus, a jealous Skytus, repaying the iniquity of the daddies upon the sons to the third and fourth generation to those who hate me." So he's literally just saying, if your daddy or granddaddy or grand-granddaddy fucked up, yeah, fuck you. Because I'm jealous. That is amazing. But I guess he doesn't need to care. He's almighty. No, I am the largest Skytus, you're not. And no, Teras is the one cheering usually.
Help.
You shall not use the name of the largest Skytus in vain. I guess that doesn't count? I mean, he's referring to himself, we'll just say it doesn't count. Just for the sake of your health.
I don't know, he seems kind of ignorant.
For he will not go unpunished who takes up his name over an unimportant matter. This is the one where you're not supposed to say, "God damn it," because then you're abusing the word of the Lord, so, yeah, for fuck's sake.
It's very interesting how this is the only religion that seems to not only disallow any visual representations of God.
Wait.
And also doesn't even want you to mention his name.
No, Teras. I figured it out. I just figured it out. This religion is basically Fight Club, but as a religion. First rule of Christianity, you do not talk about the Lord. I cracked the code. Holy shit. Observe the day of the Sabbath so that you may sanctify it, just as the Lord your Skytus has instructed you. For 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. The seventh day is the day of the Sabbath. That is the rest of the Lord your Skytus. Wait. Huh? What?
Yeah, you heard them.
The seventh is the day of the Sabbath. That is the rest of the Lord your Skytus. So the Lord your Skytus is a week? On top of also being this almighty entity?
I don't think that's what that meant.
But that's how I'm understanding it. The seventh is the day of the Sabbath. That is the rest of the largest. So Sabbath is the rest of the largest Skytus. What is the other part? What's the other rest of the largest Skytus? The rest of the week?
Yeah, I don't think it's referring to the rest of the week.
I think it does.
I think in some really strange Bible roundabout way, it's just referring to the Sabbath itself.
But it says Sabbath. That is the rest of the. So the seventh day.
Sabbath is the rest of the Skytus. That's what it's referring to.
Okay. But what's the other rest? The one that he's not talking about then?
There's no other rest. That's just don't worry about it.
Okay, thanks. You shall not do any work in it, nor shall your son, nor daughter, nor manservant, nor womanservant, wow, nor cox, nor donkey, nor any of your cattle, nor the sojourner who is within your gates, so that your men and women servants may rest just as you do.
Did you know that, well, I mean, a lot of people do know, but Poland is a very, hardcore religious country. And for a while, I don't think they do it, I think they still do it to an extent, although not as much. But they did have a commercial trade ban on Sundays because it's supposed to be religious. So they're not allowed to, shops are not allowed to be open, business is not allowed to operate on any Sunday.
Yeah,
unless they're essential.
Fun fact: same thing in Germany.
I think they've stopped it. I think they kind of
Like
twisted it, changed it up a bit.
there's a few things where a few Sundays a year where you're allowed to, but other than that, like if a grocery store is not going to be open on a Sunday, like a gas station will be, or other
Yeah,
essentials.
the UK here, it's everything's open on a Sunday. It's
Yeah, that's the case.
very few places close.
That's the case in most places, but in Germany it's just nope. Sunday, I don't think you're allowed to, and also if you work on a Sunday, you have to get compensated extra. I believe it's just generally a law, but I'm not exactly sure. But I think if it's one of those special Sundays where a shop is allowed to be open, if your employees need extra compensation if they work on a Sunday or on holidays as well. It's
Yeah, it's really strange, and also just very amusing.
Oh, even women and women's servants are allowed to rest. That's crazy.
I like how specific that is.
Remember that you also were servants in Egypt, and that the Lord your Skytus led you away from that place with a strong hand and an outstretched arm. Because of this, he has instructed you so that you would observe the Sabbath day. Honor your daddy and mother, just as the Lord your Skytus has instructed you, so that you may live a long time, and so that it may be well with you in the land which the Lord your Skytus will give to you. He still hasn't done it! Just in case you forgot, it's been, I don't know, 3 books that the Lord has been promising, yeah, I'll give this land to you if you just do my bidding. And then, okay, I give this land to you, and then a few chapters later, it's like, okay, I will give this land to you, implying that he still hasn't done it. And he's just, like, dangling a carrot on his stick. It's just, yeah, I'll give this land to you if you do this one more thing. Well, and this one more thing. And this, and then it's just...
You're just exploiting the fallacy of sunken cost.
Dude, he's a con artist.
And he seems to be really good at it.
Or the people are just really fucking gullible.
Well, seeing as how there's a lot of people still falling for it, no, I'd say so.
Yeah, they usually fall on their face. You shall not murder. Oh, that's a nice.
I'll be specific.
Irony.
There's no irony about that. It's just con artistry.
To not murder, $20 fine.
And you shall not commit adultery. And you shall not commit theft. Neither shall you speak false testimony against your neighbor. But against other people, it's fine. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his house, nor his field, nor his manservant, nor his womanservant, nor his cox, nor his donkey, nor anything out of all that is his.
See, you know what I like about lists like these? When it's specifically specifying certain things you can't do that refer to certain things in such a specifically listed way, it means that there's a lot of room for mistranslation of, well, it's not on the list per se.
Well, I mean, you're not allowed to take anything that is his.
Yeah, but you could beat him up. Doesn't say you can't beat him up.
You shall not murder. It's not adultery. It's not theft. It's not false testimony. You're not coveting anything.
Just fucking kick his shit.
Teras has a point. I'm glad I'm not living next to him.
Nothing stopping you from just going to your neighbor and just bashing his skull in. As long as he survives it, you're fine.
And that's the end of that's the end of the quote. So remember, this is Osmosis telling his folk that this is what the Lord your Skytus said. The Lord spoke these words to the entire multitude of you on the mountain. No, he didn't. They weren't on the mountain. What the fuck? Didn't he just start that they didn't go up on the mountain because they were pussies? And now he's saying the Lord spoke these words to the entire multitude of you, addressing the folk of Israel, on the mountain, from the midst of the fire and the flames and the cloud of and the darkness, with a loud voice, adding nothing more. And he wrote them on 2 tablets of stone, which he delivered to me. Well, we figured out it's only been 2 tablets, so the video you sent me with the 15 or however many commandments was fake. Teras doesn't remember. Hello, Fanti.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, the handsome guy is Teras, and this is the Lord your Skytus. Then, after you heard the voice from the midst of the darkness, and you saw the mountain burning, you approached me, all your leaders of the tribes, and those greater by birth. And you said, Behold, the Lord our Skytis has revealed to us his majesty and his greatness. We have heard his voice from the midst of fire, and we have proven today that, through Skytis, though Skytis is speaking with man, man has lived. What? Therefore, why should we die? And why should this very great fire devour us? For if we hear the voice of the Lord our Skytis any longer, we will die. What?
What the fuck are they talking about?
What? Okay, wait.
Just to clarify, all of this is new information. Never mention of any fire, any listening.
Osmosis
nothing.
is saying to his folk that they said. So basically, his folk said, Behold, the Lord our Skytis has revealed to us, blah, blah, blah. We heard his voice from the midst of fire. I mean, technically, they might have heard, if he was really, really, really yelling, sure, you'd hear him all the way down the mountain. You don't know how tall the mountain was back then.
Or how loud
it's just a small sandhill, like a few centimeters high.
It's just a hill. Oh, fuck's sake.
And we have proven, so that is the Israelites have proven that those guys is speaking the man has lived. How have they proven that? That doesn't even make sense. Therefore, why should we die? Why should this very great fire devour us? So I guess they saw Osmosis go up the mountain, hear him talk to God, and then he came down and he didn't die, so I guess we don't have to be afraid of fire?
Fire!
And it all changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Oh no!
What is all flesh, that it would hear the voice of the living Skytis, who speaks from the midst of fire, just as we have heard it, and be able to live? Because that's something so special? Okay? Instead, you should approach and listen to all the things that the Lord our Skytis will say to you. And he will speak to us, and we will listen and do these things. And that's the end of the quote, so now it's Osmosis speaking directly to them again. But when the Lord had heard this, he said to me, I have heard the voice of the words of this people, which they spoke to you. All this they have spoken well. Who will grant to them to have such a mind, so that they may fear me, and may keep all my commandments at all times, so that it may be well with them and with their sons forever? Go and say to them, return to your tent. But as for you, stand here with me. And I will speak to you all my commandments and ceremonies, as well as judgments. These you shall teach them, so that they may do them in the land, which I will give to them as possession.
Eventually. Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We'll get to that bit. Calm down.
And so, keep and do these things which the Lord Skytis has commanded you. Question. Did we not also have a rule that when the Lord your Skytis speaks of himself in third person? Am I imagining that?
Well, that wasn't a rule, it is now.
Sure.
I don't need any more convincing.
And so, keep and do the things which the Lord Skytis has commanded you. You shall not turn aside, neither to the right, nor to the left. For you shall walk in the way that the Lord your Skytis has instructed, so that you may live,
Hold on.
and it may be well with you, and your days may be extended in the land of your possession. That was pathetic.
Yeah, I felt well, there's a bit more building up, but we'll get to that.
I just want to say, I kind of love the Bible for doing this right now. Like, we take a months-long break, we come back, and this chapter is just a summary of what happened before. Just
perfect.
Osmosis went on the mountain, and then apparently everybody else came up with him, but they didn't. And then there was a fire, and there were all those commandments. Yeah, that's the super short summary. You're welcome.
It just feels like fate, doesn't it?
Deuteronomy 6.
Oh no, not 6. Anything but 6. Da, 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 da.
These are the precepts and ceremonies, as well as the judgments, which the Lord your guidance has commanded that I teach you, which you shall do in the land to which you will travel in order to possess it. So may you fear the Lord your guidance, and keep all his commandments and precepts, which I am entrusting to you, and to your sons and grandsons, all the days of your life, so that your days may be prolonged.
I like how my Steam just turned on. Like, even though I've turned it off, and then turned it back on because it crashed. And so, before we did the stream started, that's it now. At 34 minutes it took for my Steam to turn on randomly. Anyway, move on.
Sounds like you need to let off some steam.
Shut.
Listen and observe, O Israel, so that you may do just as the Lord has instructed you, and it may be well with you, and you may be multiplied, all the more, for the Lord, the skytis of your daddies, has promised you a land flowing with milk and honey. For the Lord, the skytis of your daddies, is that a new one? I think it's not. Skytis of your daddies. We'll just say it's not new. Listen, O Israel, the Lord our skytis is one large.
One large. What? What? Did I miss something?
Just read what I highlighted.
One whole entire.
In case you weren't sure before. Oh my god. That is just. Oh, that is amazing. You shall love the Lord your skytis with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength. Isn't Lord like really bad for your heart?
Yes.
Because of cholesterol or something? So make
I
sure
mean, it is literally pure pig fat. It's all it is.
Yeah, so remember, love the Lord your skytis with all your heart. And these words, which I instruct to you this day, shall be in your heart. Quick, Teras, start singing You'll Be in My Heart.
I don't sing. And
It's
even if I did, I don't know the lyrics.
worth a try. And you shall explain them to your sons, and you shall meditate upon them, sitting in your house, and walking on a journey, when lying down and when rising up. Like, all of those simultaneously? Like, on a journey, lying down when rising up? How does that work? And you shall bind them like a sign on your hand. Do you have a sign on your hand, Teras?
It doesn't look like it.
Oh my god, you have nothing on your hands? It's a sign.
Wait. Magic!
If your hand is bigger than your face, it means you have cancer.
Ooh, this is slowly turning into astronomy.
No, it's Deuteronomy.
Alright, okay, yep.
And you shall bind them like a sign on your hand, and they shall be placed and shall move between your eyes. What? And you shall write them at the threshold and on the doors of the house. Of your house. Wait, okay, so hold. You shall love, blah, blah, blah. And these words, you explain to your sons, you meditate upon them during all times of day, basically, and you bind them like a sign on your hand. So basically, write these words on your hand, and they shall be placed and shall move between your eyes. So is he saying, write those words on your hand and just facepalm, and then just, like, facepalm between your eyes, and then just rub it in? What the fuck does this even mean? Oh hey, I figured out who Israel's other name was. It was Jacob.
Oh yeah, that makes sense now.
And when the Lord your Skytis will have led you into the land about which he swore to your daddies Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and when he will have given to you great and excellent cities which you did not build, houses full of goods which you did not amass, cisterns which you did not dig, vineyards and olive groves which you did not plant. It's just trying to guilt trip them. And when you will have eaten and been satisfied, take care diligently, lest you forget the Lord, who led you away from the land of Egypt, from the house of servitude. You shall fear the Lord your Skytis, and you shall serve him alone, and you shall swear by his name. Wait, but I thought we're not supposed to use his name.
Yeah, don't do that. That's a trap.
So how do I swear by his name? Do I just write his name somewhere and then I just say fuck, shit, fuck? Does that count as swearing by his name?
Well, if it didn't, it does now.
Okay, good. You shall not go after strange skytises of all the genitals who are around you.
I can't remember how edited the whole thing is, but that's
This one,
that is
this
a brilliant
isn't even
sentence.
edited, Teras. Look, it's on page 102. But I just remember that I replaced it, at least in my head, so you're welcome. It worked out too well here. For the Lord your Skytis is a jealous Skytis in your midst. Oh, really? Wait, so it's Skytis in the middle now. Otherwise, at some time, the fury of the Lord your Skytis may be enraged against you, and he may take you away from the face of the earth. You shall not tempt the Lord your Skytis, as you tempted him in the place of temptation. I mean, that's what you usually do in a place of temptation. But thanks for specifying. That's not even a correct sentence, but look at Twitch chat, Teras. Keep the precepts of the Lord your Skytis, as well as the testimonies and ceremonies which he has instructed to you. And do what is pleasing and good in the sight of the Lord, so that it may be well with you, and so that, when you enter, you may possess the excellent land about which the Lord swore to your daddies, that he would wipe away all your enemies before you, just as he has spoken. And when your son will ask you tomorrow, saying, what do these testimonies and ceremonies and judgments mean, which the Lord our Skytis has entrusted to us? You shall say to him, we were servants of Pharaoh in Egypt, and the Lord led us away from Egypt with a strong hand. And he wrought signs and wonders, great and very grievous, in Egypt against Pharaoh and all his house in our sight. And he led us away from that place, so that he might lead us in and give us the land about which he swore to our daddies. And the Lord instructed us that we should do all these ordinances, and that we should fear the Lord our Skytis, so that it may be well with us all. So that it may be well with us all the days of our life, just as it is today. And he will be merciful to us if we keep and perform all his precepts in the sight of the Lord our Skytis, just as he has commanded us. So that's a very long-winded way of saying he got us away from Egypt, out of slavery, so listen to what he says. Once again, good filler content. Deuteronomy 7.
Da, 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 da.
When the Lord your Skytis will have led you to the land which you will enter so as to possess it, and when he will have destroyed many nations before you, the Hittite, the Gigashite, the Amorites, and the Canaanite, and the Perizzite, and the Hivite, and the Jebusite, 7 nations, much more numerous than you, and more robust than you. And when the Lord your Skytis will have delivered them to you, you shall strike them down unto utter annihilation. Is this the 7-nation army?
Well, the Bible suddenly got a lot cooler.
No. The 7-nation army song just got a lot less cool. I'm just imagining Osmosis leading his army into battle with 7-nation army playing in the background. That's kind of epic.
Oh, Brilliant.
You shall not enter into a pact with them, nor shall you show any pity to them. Not even arm pity. And you shall not associate them with them in marriage. You shall not give your daughter to his son, nor accept his daughter for your son. And I guess son for son and daughter for daughter is also not okay because that's gay. And I believe that was prohibited somewhere before. Actually, was gay marriage prohibited? Or just, I guess, actually, I guess you're only allowed to marry a woman, but gay sex is definitely, like, you're only allowed to have sex for procreation, not for fun. And also, I don't know, there were other rules I don't remember. Also, flow of semen is bad. That means you're dirty.
Semen? Where?
For she will seduce your son, so that he will not follow me. And so that he will instead serve foreign skydices. Speaking of following.
Yeah, well, you know what to do.
Follow the larger skytis into the land of glory, overflowing with milk and horn. He will instead serve foreign skytises. And the fury of the Lord will be enraged, and he will quickly destroy you. So instead, you shall do this to them. Overturn their altars and break their statues, and cut down their sacred groves, and burn up their graven images. For you are a holy people to the larger Skytis. The larger Skytis has chosen you, so that you would be his particular people out of all the peoples who are upon the earth. It is not because... What?
His particular, his one only people.
Yeah, the only people who are just stupid enough to fall for his shit. It is not because you surpass all the nations in numbers that the Lord has joined with you and has chosen you. For you are the least tony and numerous of any people. I honestly forgot about that one.
I can't believe you've done this. I mean, I can, but I can't believe you've done this.
But it is because the Lord has loved you, and has kept his oath, which he swore to your daddies. And he has led you away with a strong hand. And he has redeemed you from the house of servitude, from the hand of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. And you shall know that the Lord your Skytis himself is a strong and faithful Skytis, preserving his covenant and his mercy for those who love him and those who keep his precepts for 1,000 generations. And promptly repaying those who hate him, so as to utterly ruin them.
Specifically 1,000.
Yes.
No,
Up until the 1,000th generation, you just don't get any special treatments. But if you love him for 1,000 generations, then you get special treatment.
So what generation am I?
I don't know. Have your parents loved him?
One of them probably.
Okay, what about your grandparents? Of that parent who
yes.
loved?
Very much so.
Okay, then you might be... Maybe you're lucky. Otherwise, you're generation 1.
No, specifically generation 1,000.
And promptly repaying those who hate him, so as to utterly ruin them without further delay, quickly rendering to them what they deserve. Like, what, videos?
Like a crab sticker.
Can I have a Krabby Patty? Crab Rave win.
Yes.
Therefore, keep the precepts and ceremonies as well as the judgments which I command to you this day, so that you may do them. If, after you have heard these judgments, you keep and do them, the Lord your Skytis will also keep his covenant with you and the mercy that he swore to your daddies. And he will love you and multiply you. And he will bless the fruit of your womb and the fruit of your land, your grain, as well as your vintage, oil, and herds, and the flocks of your sheep upon the land about which he swore to your daddies that he would give it to you. Okay, I've had enough. If we're talking once again about the land he swore to your daddies, we're drinking. Just...
Okay.
Holy fuck, how many times was that now on the last page alone? That was like 3 times? 4 times?
Glove.
Yes, Teras, you don't need to rub my face in it. Rub.
Well, actually.
But I hardly know her.
Um,
No, wait, we had that. Where the Blessed shall you be among peoples, among all peoples, sorry. No one will be barren among you of either gender. Wow! The Bible is getting really progressive here with their gender equality.
very inclusive these days.
I guess they overhauled the Bible while we were gone.
Yeah. we missed 2.0 update.
Where the fuck was I? No one will be barren among you of either gender, as much among men as among your herds. The Lord will take all sickness away from you, and the very grievous infirmities of Egypt, which you have known, he will not bring upon you, but upon your enemies. You shall devour all the peoples which the Lord your Skytis will deliver to you. Your eye shall not spare them, neither shall you serve their Skytises, lest they be your ruin. If you say in your heart, these nations are more than I am, so how will I be able to destroy them? Do not be apprehensive. Instead, recall what the Lord your Skytis did to Pharaoh and to all the Egyptians. The very great plagues which your eyes saw, and the signs and wonders, and the powerful hand and outstretched arm by which the Lord your Skytis led you away. So he will do to all the peoples whom you dread. I just want to point out, he's basically saying, okay, well, you've seen what he did in Egypt, so you can trust him. But we're like, how many hundreds of years has it been since they were let out of Egypt? I'm willing to bet that half of the people were not alive when that stuff happened. I mean, sure, they still have an average life expectancy of like probably 400 years, but still, it's probably been over 200 years at this point. So a good chunk of them have not seen it, so how would they know that they can trust? It's just weird flex, but okay. Weird how he keeps flexing his strong hand, actually. Moreover, the Lord your Skytis will also send hornets among them, until he destroys and scatters all who have escaped from you, or who have been able to hide. You shall not fear them, for the Lord your Skytis is in your midst. It really is. We have our sitcom concept. Skytis in the middle. A great and terrible Skytis. Wait, huh? Which one is it? You shall not fear them, for the Lord your Skytis is in your midst. A great and terrible Skytis.
So the great and terrible one is in your midst.
But don't forget, he's also a jealous one.
Wow, he's really twisting the fucking knob on this one.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's twisting his knob constantly. He himself will consume these nations in your sight, a little at a time, by degrees. Like, is he just gonna cook them? Boil them alive?
Like a fucking lobster.
You will not be able to destroy them all at once. Otherwise, the wild Beastonians of the earth might increase against you. And so, the Lord your Skytis will present them in your sight, and you shall slay them until they are thoroughly wiped away. And he shall deliver their kings into your hands, and you shall abolish their names from under heaven. No one will be able to withstand you until you crush them. Wait, what? No one will be able to withstand
you. Why is he suddenly so violent?
Until you crush them. So, after you crush your enemies, then there's people who are able to withstand you?
Yes. It's one of those once you open a jar, it's free game.
This is just weird. Their graven images shall burn with fire. You shall not covet the silver or gold from which they have been made. And you shall not take for yourself anything from these, lest you offend, because this is an abomination to the Lord your Skytis.
Wow.
Neither shall you carry anything of the idol into your house, lest you become accursed, just as it also is. You shall detest it like dung, and you shall abominate it like defilement and filth, because it is an accursed thing. Deuteronomy 8.
Da, 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 da.
All the commandments which I'm entrusting to you this day, take care to observe them diligently, so that you may live and be multiplied, so that upon entering you may possess the land about which the Lord swore to your daddies.
Oh.
If it continues being mentioned this frequently, this is going to be a very short session. And you shall remember the entire journey along which the Lord your guide has led you for 40 years through the desert to afflict you and to test you, to make known the things that were turning in your soul, whether or not you would keep his commandments. He afflicted you with need, and he gave you manna as your food, which neither you nor your daddies knew, so as to reveal to you that it is not by bread alone that man lives, but by every word that goes forth from the mouth of Skytus. So he's saying you can't live on bread alone, but you also need the words of Skytus?
Bread.
And good thing I stream so frequently.
Oh.
Your garment.
I'm so fucking done.
Okay, fucking done. I'm Skytus.
I am not drunk enough for this.
Your garment with which you were covered has by no means decayed due to age, and your foot has not been worn down even to this 40th year, so that you would recognize in your heart that just as a man educates his son, so has the Lord your Skytus educated you. Wow. So may you keep the commandment of the Lord your Skytus and walk in his ways and fear him. For the Lord your Skytus will lead you into a good land, a land of brooks and waters and fountains, in which deep rivers burst forth from its plains, and mountains, a land of crops, barley and vineyards, in which fig and pomegranate and olive trees spring up, a land of oil and honey. In that place, without any seed, you shall eat your bread and enjoy an abundance of all things, where the stones are like iron, and where ore for brass is dug out of its mountains. So then, when you have eaten and been satisfied, you should bless the Lord your Skytus for the excellent land which he has given to you. Wait, what? So then, when you have eaten and been satisfied, is that, don't, like, strongly religious people always, like, thank the Lord before their meals?
I think so, yeah.
Is that because of this? Because this is saying after you've had your food. So basically, after you're done eating, then you should, which makes a lot more sense. After you're done. I mean, what if you have food and then you think about it and then, oh, this food is actually spoiled and you can't eat it, or it just tastes disgusting? Then there's nothing to thank for. Be observant and cautious, lest at some time you may forget the Lord your Skytus and neglect his commandments, as well as the judgments and ceremonies which I instruct to you this day. Otherwise, after you have eaten and been satisfied, and have built beautiful houses, and have lived in them, and have obtained herds of oxen and flocks of sheep, and a plenitude of gold and silver and all things, your heart might be lifted up, and you might not remember the Lord your Skytus, who led you away from the land of Egypt, from the house of servitude, and who was your leader in the great and terrible wilderness, in which there was the serpent with a burning breath, and the scorpion, and the snake of thirst, and no waters at all. That's new stuff. There was a fucking serpent with a burning breath, and a scorpion? The scorpion, sorry, just one single scorpion in the entire desert for 40 years?
Just one whole entire.
And the snake of thirst? Whatever the fuck
Well,
that is.
I mean, it was a while ago, so for all we know, it could have been a really big scorpion.
Okay, I have another business proposal, Teras.
Alright, okay, go
Every
for it.
time the Lord flexes about how he moved them away from Egypt.
Do you want us to die of alcohol poisoning? Because boy, am I in!
He let streams out of the hardest rock, and he nourished you in the wilderness with manna, which your daddies had not known.
What, is this Magica now?
No? It's
Why mana?
just good behavior. That's what manners are. And after he had afflicted and tested you, in the very end, he took pity on you. Otherwise, you might say in your heart, my own strength and the power of my own hand have brought forth all these things for me. But remember the Lord your Skytus, that he himself has provided you with strength, so that he may fulfill his covenant. Wait. He may fulfill his covenant? About which he swore to your daddies. Oh yeah, because I think he also promised that he's gonna treat them well. Just as the present day reveals. Hey, remember that covenant that was promised to their daddies? That it's like... Cheers.
No, I don't know.
The covenant is basically, if you do all these biddings and all of that, you'll get a land with MILF and Horny. AKA, he once again is holding that over their head, the carrot on the stick. So, cheers.
Yeah, that's the one.
Where the fuck was it here? But if you forget the Lord your Skytus, so that you follow foreign Skytuses and serve and adore them, behold, I now foretell you that you shall utterly perish. Not just perish, but utterly perish. Whatever the fuck that means. What does utterly perish mean? Does it just mean you get trampled by a cow?
Yeah, I mean,
A female
much.
cow specifically? Otherwise, I don't get the utterly part. I don't think Teras gets it either. Just like the nations which the Lord destroyed upon your arrival, so shall you also perish if you have been disobedient to the voice of the Lord your Skytus. Teras, utterly perish. What does a cow have? Where does the milk come from?
Titties.
Thanks. Deuteronomy 9. Listen, O Israel, you shall cross over the Jordan today, in order to possess nations very great and stronger than yourself, cities vast and walled even to the sky, a people great and lofty, the sons of the Anakim. Isn't that the guy from Star Wars? It's over Anakim, I have the high ground.
I don't know, I've never watched Star Wars.
Same, that's why I'm asking.
I wouldn't know.
The sons of
Maybe,
the Anakim.
maybe Cat doesn't know.
Maybe Cat Person is getting food. Or maybe Anna Kim is just the female version of Kim, and she's trying to invade me as well.
I like how that's such a fucking extremely niche fucking...
That's literally just a reference to our last reading session. What do you mean?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't the last one. We did other ones after that.
Okay, Teras, check YouTube. Right now. They're all there.
I'm not going to. That's too much
because
effort.
you know that I'm right.
I don't know if you're right or not. I don't care.
Whom you yourselves have seen and heard, against whom no one is able to stand. Therefore, you shall know today that the Lord your Skytus himself will pass over before you, like a devouring and consuming fire, to crush and wipe away and utterly ruin them before your face, quickly, just as he has spoken to you. You should not say in your heart, when the Lord your Skytus will have destroyed them in your sight, it is because of my justice that the Lord led me in, so that I might possess this land, while these nations have been destroyed because of their impiety. For it is not because of your justices or the uprightness of your heart that you will enter, so that you may possess their lands. Instead, it is because they have acted wickedly that they are destroyed upon your arrival, and so that the Lord may accomplish his words, which he promised under oath to your daddies, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Oh my fucking god. That is just... That's like the we get it, you vape meme, but we get it, you have an oath.
This is like the longest edging section ever.
Oh, I thought I was the only one edging. Sorry, I'm not edging, I'm egging.
Do not egg, 20 fine.
Therefore, know that the Lord your guides will not give you this excellent land as a possession due to your injustices. Due to your justices. For you are a very stiff-necked people. Oh, we're back to that insult. In case you forgot, when they were marching out of Egypt, the Lord said he's not going to walk with them because they are a very stiff-necked people. I remember that. Fucking weirdest insult I've ever heard. Remember and never forget. I mean, that's kind of what remembering is, but sure. Remember and never forget.
To be fair, I mean, remember doesn't have the sort of time phrased quality to
Okay,
it.
just say never forget.
You could remember it for 2 minutes, and that still counts as remembering. Whether or not you forget afterwards is a different story, but he's specifying not to forget.
Yeah, but he could just go for not forget. That would be good enough, but sure. Remember.
And then you could ask not forget what, because you never asked him to remember.
Son of a bitch, you have a point.
This is true. With the idiots we're talking about, you gotta be, big and bold letters.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. Remember and never forget how you provoked the Lord your guides to anger in the wilderness. You have always contended against the Lord from the day that you went forth from Egypt, even to this place. For at Horeb also you provoked him, and, becoming very angry, he was willing to destroy you. When I ascended onto the mountain, so that I might receive the tablets of stone, the tablets of the covenant which the Lord formed with you. And I persevered on the mountain for 40 days and nights, neither eating bread nor drinking water. And the Lord gave me 2 tablets of stone, written with the finger of Skytus, and containing all the words that he spoke to you on the mountain from the midst of fire, while the people, being stirred up, were assembled together.
Did they assemble like the Avengers?
No, like the Autobots, and then they rolled out.
Understandable.
And when 40 days and as many nights had passed, the Lord gave me 2 tablets of stone. Oh, really? I couldn't have seen this one coming. The tablets of the covenant. Oh, they're of the covenant. Oh, good that you mentioned that. I would have never known. Jesus Christ. And he said to me, rise up and descend quickly from here. For your people, whom you led away from Egypt, have quickly abandoned the way that you have shown them, and they have made a molten idol for themselves. Oh yeah, that was why Triple Aaron made like idol for another god, and then he was outlawed or something like that. And again, the Lord said to me, I discern that this people is stiff.
No. He was, I believe he was banished, not outlawed.
No, he was Jewish.
Do you actually know what outlawed means?
No. I mean, it means your law doesn't apply to you. I would guess. So.
Yeah, it pretty much means that. Which means you're still not allowed to do the thing that the law says you're not allowed to do. But it also does mean that people can, for example, kill you and not get persecuted because you're not bound by the whole do not murder people law.
Yeah, I guess, sure, let's go with banished. Emphasis on ban. Depart from me, so that I may crush them, and abolish their name from under heaven, and appoint you over a nation which will be greater and stronger than this one. And as I was descending from the burning mountain, and I held the 2 tablets of the covenant with both hands, and I had seen that you had sinned against the Lord your Skytus, and had made a molten calf for yourselves, and had quickly abandoned his way, which he had revealed to you, I threw down the tablets from my hands, and I broke them in your sight. And I felt your prostate before the Lord, just as before. You know what? Let's just quickly fix this. And I felt prostrate before the Lord, just as before, for 40 days and 40 nights, not eating bread and not drinking water.
It's a lot of prostate touching.
Because of all your sins, which you had committed against the Lord, and because you provoked him to anger. Well, I mean, he does have a stick up his ass, so. For I feared your indignation and wrath, which had been stirred up against you, so that he was willing to destroy you. And the Lord heeded me at this time also. Likewise, he became vehemently angry against AAA Rip, and he was willing to destroy him. And I prayed for him similarly. But as for your sin which you committed, that is, the calf, taking hold of it, I burned it with fire. And breaking it into pieces.
As opposed to burning it with water.
Yes. Breaking it into pieces and reducing it entirely to dust. Oh, that must have been really small pieces then. I threw it into the torrent that descends from the mountain. Likewise.
I thought torrenting was legal.
Torrenting is legal, yeah? What do you mean? Elaborate.
Yeah.
Likewise, at the burning, and at the temptation, and at the graves of lust, you provoked the Lord. And when he sent you from Kadesh Barnea, saying, Ascend and possess the land which I have given to you, even so, you spurned the command of the Lord your Skytus, and you did not believe him, nor were you willing to listen to his voice. Instead, you were ever rebellious from the day when I first began to know you. And so, I lay prostrate before the Lord for 40 days and nights as I got fingered by him. As I humbly begged him, lest he destroy you, just as he had threatened to do. And praying, I said, O Lord Skytus, do not destroy your people and your inheritance, whom you have redeemed in your greatness, whom you have led away from Egypt with a strong hand. Remember your servants, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Do not look upon their stubbornness of this people, nor upon their wickedness and sinfulness. Otherwise, perhaps the inhabitants of this land, out of which you have led us, may say, the Lord was not able to lead them into the land which he promised to them, and he hated them. Therefore he let them out, so that he might put them to death in the wilderness. These are your people and your inheritance, whom you have led out by your great strength and with your outstretched arm. Deuteronomy 10.
Da, 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 da.
At that time, the Lord said to me, Who, whatever the fuck that means, for yourself 2 tablets of stones. Oh, okay, well, yeah, I get it. Hew for yourself 2 tablets of stone, like those that were before, and ascend to me on the mountain. And you shall make an ark of wood. Shouldn't it be an ark of villain? And I will write on the tablets the words which were on those that you broke before, and you shall place them in the ark. Oh, that's what the game Lost Ark is about.
Why?
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Don't do that. That is fucking just do not even fucking apologize right now.
It's too late to apologize.
Oh.
I said it's too late to apologize. And so I made an ark of setim wood. And when I had hewn 2 tablets of stone, like the former, I ascended onto the mountain, having them in my hands. And he wrote on the tablets, according to that which he had written before, the 10 words which the Lord spoke to you on the mountain from the midst of fire, when the people were assembled. And he gave them to me. I just want to point out the 10 words. I thought it was 10 commandments, but no, apparently it's just, I guess the Lord was fed up and it's just like, here, have 10 words, you'll figure out what they mean.
Oh.
I agree. And returning from the mountain, I descended and placed the tablets in the ark which I had made. And they are still there, even now, just as the Lord instructed me. Then the sons of Israel moved their camp from Beeroth among the sons of Jachan into Moserah, where AAA Rip died and was buried. and where his son Eliezer was installed in the priesthood in his place. Have you ever heard the Beroth or Mosera or Jacon before?
Did you know that in the UK you can get a free eye test every 2 years?
What about a U test though?
No, just an eye test.
Yeah, of course I knew that. I lived in the UK for 20 years.
Wrong. that's just false.
Oh, wait, it's not called Beroth. Sorry, it's Beeroth.
No.
And I don't know what the fuck Jacon is. Or Mosera.
Don't worry about it.
Is Mosera just the old version of motherfucker? From there they went. What the actual fuck? From there they went into good Skytissa. Oh no, wait. Oh, it was good Godda. Apparently.
You would have been. Oh, I love the fucking unintentional fucking burps that we
From
run
there,
into.
they went into good Skytis. From that place, they set out and camped at Jodbatha. No, sorry, Jodbath. In a land of waters and torrents.
I have this feeling that we're just getting progressively more antagonizing about the Bible the further we go.
Good. Because
at first we were at least tried to understand what it meant. Now we're just like, haha, funny Bible stupid.
I mean, that's literally perfect, because that means somebody might be like, oh, atheists reading the Bible? Well, I'm a strong believer. Let's see what they have to say. And then they stick along. And people who stick along this long, they deserve the good content. At that time, he separated the tribe of Levi so that he would carry the ark of the covenant of the Lord and stand before him in the ministry and speak blessings in his name, even to the present day. As a result, Levi has no portion or possession with his brothers, for the Lord himself is his possession, just as the Lord your God has promised him. Then I stood on the mountain, as before, for 40 days and nights, and the Lord heeded me at this time also. And he was not willing to destroy you. And he said to me, go forth and walk before the people, so that they may enter and possess the land, which I swore to their daddies that I would deliver to them. Hey, remember the part about swearing to their daddies that they would get a cool land?
Yeah, that's the one.
Apparently you don't remember. But you just looked at the stream, so fine. Are you still doing that D&D campaign? Let me bounce that question off to Teras.
I don't know. I'm not the D&D guys. Go ask Egg.
I mean, Egg is on Teras' Discord, so you could just add him. But, honestly, I don't fucking know. I'm gonna guess no, but I don't know Egg. That's why I told you, that's why I bounced that question off to Teras, because he might know anything more than I do, which is absolutely nothing.
I know nothing.
What are you, Jon Snow?
No, I'm John Fire.
That's straight fire, though. No, that's gay fire, actually. And now, O Israel, what does the Lord your Skytus require of you? Only that you fear the Lord your Skytus, and walk in his ways, and love him, and serve the Lord your Skytus with your whole heart and your whole soul, and that you keep the commandments of the Lord, and his ceremonies, which I am instructing you to this day, so that it may be well with you. Oh yeah, only those few things, that's nothing special. Lo, heaven belongs to the Lord your Skytus, and the heaven of heaven... Huh? Lo, heaven belongs to the Lord your Skytus, and the heaven of heaven, and the earth, and all the things that are within the... What the...
Yeah, same.
Heaven belongs to the Lord your Skytus. Sure, I get that one. And the heaven of heaven and the earth, and all the things that are within these. So I'm gonna try to translate this into understandable English. Please tell me if I'm wrong. So Skytis owns heaven. That much I think there is no dispute about it. And Skytis also owns the heaven of heaven. So there's like a heaven in heaven. I guess a paradise squared or something. And he also owns the earth and all the things.
What if the heaven and heaven? What if that means heaven, as in the state of of the whole
heaven something.
peace thing, the heavenly state of the place in the place of heaven.
Maybe I'm just having enough of this.
Because maybe they're using the first heaven as what it represents, i.e., the whole greatness, and you want to go there in that. And the second heaven's just the actual physical place.
I just remembered. I actually know the answer I know it now. I remembered. There's actually 7 heavens. 7. I don't know if they're called the same in English, but in German, the first heaven is Nangali. I believe Nangalia or something like that. And the second heaven is Nangelima. And the third one, I don't know. I know that from a children's book, of which I will now give you my favorite quote. I guess it was the audio version, but whatever. Yeah. This is a children's book. And my favorite quote is, "Let's jump off the bridge so we can die." Roughly translated to English, of course. I'm not making this up, I promise.
Oh, Germany never changed.
I don't remember. It's the, I guess it would be called the Brothers Lionheart or something in English. And I don't remember the first. It was so long ago. But basically, those 2 brothers, they die and they're in heaven, but there's a tyrant in heaven. So they just have this big brain thought, let's jump off the bridge so we get to tier 2 heaven. And so they say, in German, let's jump off the bridge so we can die.
Yeah, that's a fucking big brain move if I've ever seen one.
I need to actually, I need to look up if I can find that. Like if there's an English version, this is just, oops.
The modern English version would say, "Let's yeet ourselves off the bridge."
Let's yeet ourselves off the bridge and commit not live anymore.
Commit Roblox death sound.
But yeah, and according to that, there's 7 heavens. So I guess, yeah, it all makes sense. So yeah, Skytis owns heaven, and earth, and everything that's in those 3. But I guess the 3rd heaven he doesn't own anymore. So if you kill yourself 2 times, then you're free from his tyrannical grip. Can you make a new character? Can you tell the DM that you're a character? The bard. Shut the fuck up. Oh my fucking god. I am the bard, you're Skyt.
That's how you just fucking
right,
present
cat
yourself.
peasant, just shut the fuck up, never say anything anymore, you peaked. Okay, but now that we got the important things out of the way.
Sky's the limit.
Now the Lord was closely joined to your daddies, and he loved them. Ooh. And he chose
how closely we talking though? Is he connected like fucking building bricks?
Ooh. And he loved them, and he chose their offspring after them. That is you yourselves, out of all the nations, just as is being proven today. Therefore, circumcise the foreskin of your heart and no longer stiffen your neck.
I'm sorry, what? You want me to do what again?
Yeah. Well, we got another one for our best of.
Oh
my fucking god. And this is not even something we altered at all. This is literally what it says.
This is raw fucking unadulterated Bible.
Well, it's not raw after you circumcise.
Oh.
Circumcise the foreskin of your heart and no longer stiffen your neck. Okay, no longer stiffen your neck. maybe look around instead of just looking
Either,
forward.
either means look around or just relax. You pleb.
Foreskin of your heart. Deuteronomy 10:16. Yeah. Well, BibleHub.com. I'm sure you would know what this means.
Bible up.
Oh, there's different versions of this.
Bible.
Shut the fuck up, Teras.
You're looking at heart circumcision.
Teras, you
Bible
really
up.
need a soundboard right now.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, so
Bible
there's the version of various different Bibles. Circumcise your hearts, therefore do not be stiff-necked any longer. Therefore change your hearts and stop being stubborn. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart and be no longer stubborn. Is this the Yoda? What? Is this the Yoda version? This is the English standard version. I'm gonna read this to you again. The English standard version.
Yeah.
Circumcise therefore the skin of your heart and be no longer stubborn. Oh my god.
Wonderful. Thanks, Yoda, very cool.
Circumcise your hearts, therefore, and stiffen your necks no more. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart and be no more stiff-necked. Therefore circumcise the foreskin of your heart and be stiff-necked no longer. So circumcise your heart and do not stiffen your neck any longer. So circumcise your heart and stiffen your neck no longer. Circumcise then your heart and stiffen your neck no more. So circumcise, that is, remove sin from your heart. Oh! So the Amplified Bible actually has explanations. Wow!
Which
So,
one?
so circumcise, that is, remove sin from your heart, and be stiff-necked, stubborn, obstinate, no longer. Well, at least now we know what it means. So circumcising is removing sin. Does that mean that any man just by default is a sinner until...
So Skytis, are you a sinner?
Sinner? But I hardly know her. I'm gonna skip a few... Oh, this is good. Aramaic Bible in plain English. Circumcise the uncircumcision of your heart and do not harden your neck again. Therefore ye shall circumcise the hardness of your heart, and ye shall not harden your neck. What is this, the Pirate Bible?
Yar.
Yeah, really. Circumcising your dick is alright too. What? Remember your arrangement with the Lord and stop being so stubborn. This is the modern version. So then, from now on, be obedient to the Lord and stop being stubborn.
Capital Lord.
Therefore, cleanse your heart and stop being so stubborn. Oh, I like this Bible. This one actually. Yeah, this is good. And ye have circumcised the foreskin of your heart, and your neck ye do not harden anymore. Yar!
So wait. Can we contact this website and add our modified verses to it?
I don't know, but BibleHub.com, go ahead. I don't know.
Fucking Bible Hub. Oh.
Cross references Genesis 17:11. You are to circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and this will be a sign of the covenant between me and you. Wait. If the circumcising just means removing sin, does this mean that you're not supposed to be circumcised? You're just supposed to metaphorically remove the sin, and all the people have been circumcised for no good reason?
That'd be really funny.
Okay, back to the back to the good stuff. Therefore, circumcise the foreskin of your heart and no longer stiffen your neck. But stiffening your pee-pee is fine. For the Lord your Skytis himself is the Skytis of Skytis, and the Lord of Lords. A Skytis great and powerful and terrible, who favors no person and accepts no bribe. Well, that's surely some new titles right there. The Lord of Lords.
Brilliant.
He accomplishes
He is
judgment
the
for
one.
the orphan and the widow. The one orphan.
One whole entire.
One whole entire Lord.
Mhm.
He loves the sojourner, and he gives him food as well as clothing. Therefore, you also should love sojourners, for you also were new arrivals in the land of Egypt. You shall fear the Lord your Skytus, and him alone shall you serve. You shall cling to him, and you shall swear by his name. He is your praise and your Skytus. He has done for you these great and terrible things, which your eyes have seen. And 70 souls, and your daddies, as 70 souls, your daddies descended into Egypt. And now, behold, the Lord your Skytus has multiplied you like this to be like the stars of heaven. The fuck is there a chat for this? Amazing, there's a fucking chat. I did not even know that's a thing.
Of course there's a chat.
You know what? Here, Teras, what the fuck? Just for you.
Oh no.
Deuteronomy 11.
Ba-ba-ba-da-da-ba.
And so, love the Lord your Skytus, and observe his precepts and ceremonies, his judgments and commandments at all times. Acknowledge on this day the things that your sons did not know. What? For they did not see the chastisements of the Lord your Skytus, his great acts and powerful hand and outstretched arm, the signs and works that he did in the midst of Egypt to Pharaoh, the king, and to his entire land, and to the entire army of the Egyptians and their horses and chariots, how the waters of the Red Sea covered them as they were pursuing you, and how the Lord wiped them away even to the present day. Just want to point out, we're talking about the outstretched arm and being led out of Egypt again. Nice flex.
Nice.
He's flexing about leading them out of Egypt indirectly.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah.
And the things that he accomplished for you in the wilderness until you arrived at this place. And to Dathan and Abiram, sons of Eliab, who was the son of Reuben, those whom the earth... Let me try this again. And to Dathan and Abiram, sons of Eliab, who was the son of Reuben, those whom the earth, opening its mouth, engulfed with their households and tents, and with their entire substance which they had in the midst of Israel. Okay, I get it, but that's a complicated sentence to properly not pronounce what's emphasized when reading. Your eyes have seen all the great works of the Lord, which he has accomplished, so that you would keep all his commandments, which I entrusted to you this day, or which I entrust to you this day. And so that you would be able to enter and possess the land toward which you are advancing, and so that you may live for a long time in the land which the Lord promised under oath to your daddies and to their offspring, a land flowing with milk and honey.
Same.
You're also flowing? You're flowing with Bible Hub and horny, I'm willing to bet. I bet Teras is doing some research on Bible Hub right now. For the land which you shall enter and possess is not like the land of Egypt, from which you departed, where, when the seed has been sown, waters are brought in by irrigation in the manner of gardens. Rather, it has mountainous regions and plains which lay waiting for rain from heaven. And the Lord your Skytus always visits it, and his eyes are upon it, from the beginning of the year all the way to its end. So then, if you obey my commandments, which I am instructing to you this day, so that you love the Lord your Skytus and serve him with your whole heart and your whole soul, he will give to your land the early rain and the late rain, so that you may gather your grain and your wine and your oil and your hay from the fields in order to feed your cattle, so that you yourselves may eat and be satisfied. Be careful, lest perhaps your heart may be deceived, and you might withdraw from the Lord and serve strange Skytuses and adore them. And the Lord...
Is there a withdrawal limit?
You can always withdraw, but if the flow of seed has already started, you're screwed.
Understandable.
And the Lord, becoming angry, might close up heaven so that the rain would not descend. Just locks it up, throws away the key. So that rain would not descend, nor would the earth produce her seedlings. Then you would quickly perish from the excellent land which the Lord will give to you. Place these words of mine in your hearts and minds, and hang them as a sign on your hands, and arrange them between your eyes. What the fuck does this... Clearly this is just a shitty translation, but as a sign on your hands and arrange them between your eyes? Like, arrange them between your eyes, maybe keep them in your mind, sort of? Like, keep...
Nah, don't do that.
But as a sign on your hands?
Hands, what the fuck?
I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
I was wondering about it.
Teach your sons to meditate on them when you sit in your house and when you walk along the way and when you lie down or rise up. Yeah, we had that before. Just within one session, so much repetition already.
Wow, I thought you'd be used to it by now.
I had a long break. I forgot. I'm sorry. You shall write them upon the doorposts and the gates of your house, so that your days may be multiplied, and the days of your sons, in the land which the Lord swore to your daddies, that he would give it to them for as long as heaven is suspended above the earth. First of all, he's once again referencing the promising of the land to his daddies. Also, now he's saying, I think this is new. The land, blah, 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 that he would give it to them for as long as heaven is suspended above the earth.
Can I just point something out?
No.
You know how you read the part that's supposed to be the drinking part, and then you pause, and then after the moment of pause, I then drink? See, every time you pause, it makes me think while you paused. So then I think back to the previous things you said I wasn't listening to, that I still remember, I just wasn't listening to, so I then listened back to them and realized what you said.
So basically what you're saying is, if I didn't take those breaks, you wouldn't realize that you need to drink.
Yes.
Teras, it's almost like I knew, and that's precisely why I'm doing them. You're welcome.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just explaining to you the way my brain works.
Which brain?
Like, why, yeah, that one, yeah.
One whole, one half entire brain.
Just one brain, okay.
But I just want to point out, so if heaven were to come crashing down, then the land would no longer need to be given to those people. Hello, Lahen. Finally, yeah, took you long enough.
Wow. You're late.
How do you know that they got laid?
Well, why else? What other valid excuse would be to come an hour and a half later than intended?
They are laid with a D. What other excuse would there be to come late? No, early.
Yeah, that's the. Wait. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just gonna drink alcohol and you keep reading.
For if you keep the commandments which I am entrusting to you, and if you do them, so that you love the Lord your God and walk in all his ways, clinging to him, the Lord will scatter all these nations before your face, and you shall possess them, even though they are greater and stronger than you. Like with my... I'm trying to figure out what's going on through Teras' head right now, and I don't think it's anything he would like to share. Am I correct, Teras?
I'm gonna once again drink alcohol and just be reading things.
Okay, I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't figure out what Teras was thinking about. Where the fuck was I? Here is here.
Question. That's the question you should concentrate on.
Every place upon which your foot shall tread will be yours. From the desert and from Lebanon, from the greater sea, from the great river Euphrates, as far as the western sea, shall be your borders. No one will stand against you. The Lord your God will spread the terror and dread of you over all the land upon which you shall tread, just as he has spoken to you. Behold, I am settling forth in your sight today a blessing and a curse. It will be a blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord your Skytis, which I am instructing to you this day. It will be a curse if you do not obey the commandments of the Lord your Skytis, but instead you withdraw from the way which I am revealing to you now, and you walk and you walk after foreign Skytises that you have not known. Yet truly, as opposed to the lies before, when the Lord your Skytis will have led you into the land to which you are traveling for a habitation, you shall place the blessing upon Mount Gerizim and the curse upon Mount Ebal, which are across the Jordan, behind the way which slopes towards the setting sun, in the land of the Canaanites, who live in the plains opposite Gilgal, which is near the valley extending toward and entering a distant place. I was trying to come up with better ways pronouncing all of these, but I couldn't.
Wow.
Gilgal, is that the girl from Final Fantasy that just wants your money?
I don't know. I never played Final Fantasy.
Their currency is Gil or Jill or whatever.
I'll take your word for it.
At least in some that I played that I vaguely remember. So I don't know. I'm sure that's funny to somebody out there. If this is funny to you, your sense of humor is pathetic. Grow up.
Nice. Well done. That's the way to go, Skyris.
For you shall cross over the Jordan, so that you may possess the land which the Lord your God will give you, so that you may have it and possess it. Now we wait until Teras realizes.
Well, see.
The land which the Lord your God will give to you.
I would have realized. I would have sooner if you didn't add the little bit about waiting.
Sure, make up your excuses.
Because then the last thing I'm thinking about you said is wait till Teras realizes. But I don't remember what you said before that, so then I have even more thinking to do.
Nice, I'm overflowing Teras' cash.
Yeah, my memory is very limited, you know. Something like a sentence.
I wonder why. Looks at Teras.
I have the attention span of a fruit fly. Okay.
You have the attention span of an alcoholic.
Kids don't do alcohol.
Do the Bible instead. It's much better for you.
Oh.
Said no one ever. Therefore, see to it that you fulfill the ceremonies and judgments which I am placing in your sights this day. What am I holding?
Even the priests and all the believers are alcoholics. They all drink wine during all the fucking things they do in church.
Stop your whining.
Wow, that was a fucking cheap one.
Your wine? It's funny because your wine is gone now. And if I had to guess, I would guess it's honey wine.
No, it was just regular white wine.
Regular.
Regular.
Ricky?
Shaggy.
Deuteronomy 12. The fuck?
I'm fucking done.
I'm scared.
I need a break. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
No, wait. Fuck. Well. No, we can't continue because he's not doing the thing for the Deuteronomy. You know what? I could just continue without him. I'm just going to quickly use this to plug my own garbage. Remember, next week, more alcohol, more Left 4 Dead 2, less success. Left 4 Dead 2 is happening next Saturday, so yeah. Gonna go horribly. Be there. And the Saturday after that, so the 2nd, I believe, of July, we'll be playing some Left 4 Dead 2 with basically whoever wants to join. If you want to join !NOH to join Teras' Discord, the Nest of Horrors. Also, if you're into horrors, anything horror, like writing or whatever else, go there. Also, if you like Teras, you should join that anyway. And yeah, you'll see the event there. Deuteronomy 12. You know that I'm waiting for you, right? You know that I can't fucking hear you, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't know that.
Try this again. Deuteronomy 12. These are the precepts and judgments which you must do in the land which the Lord, the skyters of your daddies, will give to you, so that you may possess it during all the days that you shall walk upon the soil. Is that a new one, or have we had that before? The Lord, the skyters of your daddies. I think that's not a new one. Okay, Teras is too drunk. Overturn all the places where the nations which you will possess worship their skytesses on lofty mountains, and on hills, and under every leafy tree.
Tree.
Leafy is here. Scatter the altars.
Fuck off.
I was not gonna do it, but you were like, tree, so I had to. You fucking monkey brain. Scatter their altars, and break their statues, burn their sacred groves with fire, and crush their idols. Abolish their names from those places. But you shall not do the same to the Lord your skytess. Instead, you shall approach the place which the Lord your skytess will choose among all your tribes, so that he may set his name there, and may dwell in that place. And you shall offer in that place your holocausts and victims, and the tithes and first fruits of your hands, and and your vows and gifts, and firstborn of the cattle and of the sheep. And you shall eat it there in the sight of the Lord your skytess. And you shall rejoice in all the things to which you shall set your hand, you and your household, which the Lord your skytess has blessed for you. You shall not do there the things that we are doing here today, each one doing what seems good to himself. For even until the present time, you did not arrive at the rest and the possession which the Lord your skytess will give to you. Hey, Teras, did you know that the Lord your skytess will give some rest and possession to you if you obey to all of his rules?
Ah, yes. That's yeah. See, it was phrased differently.
No, you were just not paying attention. You're trying to make up excuses right now.
I'm always making up excuses because I'm never in the wrong.
No, you're and your mom.
Wow.
You shall walk. Sorry. Nope, not walk. You shall cross over the Jordan, and you shall live in the land which the Lord your skytess will give to you. So, hey, Teras.
Yeah, it's a double whammy.
They're really trying to get rid of us here. Which the largest guidance will give to you, so that you may have rest from all the surrounding enemies, and so that you may live without any fear, in the place which the Lord your guidance will choose, so that his name may be in it. To that place you shall bring all the things that I instruct you, holocausts and victims. Is there a weird line break again? And tithes and the first fruits of your hands, and whatever is best among the gifts that you shall vow to the Lord. Not land, Lord. Damn it. In that place you shall feastonian before the Lord your skytess, you and your sons and daughters, your men and women, servants, as well as the Levite who dwells in your cities. For he has no other portion or possession among you. Take care that you do not offer your holocausts in any place that you see. Instead, you shall offer sacrifices in the place which the Lord will choose within one of your tribes, and you shall do what whatsoever I instruct you. Whatsoever. Wow. That's the first mention of that word in this. Interesting. So, if you wish to eat, and if the eating of flesh pleases you, then kill and eat according to the blessing of the Lord your Skytis, which he has given to you in your cities. You may eat it, whether it is unclean, that is having blemish or defect, or whether it is clean, that is whole and without blemish. Of the kind which is permitted to be offered, such as the roe deer and the stag. Okay, now I'm lost. I'm going to repeat this because Teras didn't pay attention and he knows that.
I did. Actually did.
Wasn't it that if you eat anything unclean, you're unclean yourself for like the rest of the day or something, unless you do these nuts or something?
Well, it wasn't the rest of the day. It was until the afternoon.
No, evening. It was evening. It was.
Oh yeah, evening. Yeah,
definitely. But yeah, you're right. Until the evening. Yeah. Sorry. But now it says. So if you wish to eat and if the blah blah blah, then kill and eat according to the blessing. You may eat whether it is unclean or clean.
Well, I guess the blessing neutralizes the whole dirtiness thing.
But okay, I mean, I get that part. Sure, if you behave well enough, you get like a buff, and that allows you to eat dirty meat. But if you don't behave well, then you don't give a fuck anyway. So what does it matter to you? So this is just pointless. But I guess they're just regurgitating the previous stuff in slightly differently worded ways, which, hey, welcome to the Bible. So you know what? I'm going to stop questioning it right now. Only the blood you shall not eat. Instead, you shall pour it upon the ground like water. You may not eat in the towns the tithes of your crops, and your wine and oil, the firstborn of your herds and your flocks, nor anything which you will vow, or which you will offer spontaneously, nor the first fruits of your hands. But you shall eat these before the Lord your Skytis, in the place which the Lord your Skytis will choose. You and your son and your daughter and your manservant and womanservant. They really did a fucking 180 on the sexism. What is this? Every single time. Like, every single time I read manservant, I'm like, okay, yeah, and no woman servant. Every single time so far, they have mentioned woman servants.
Wow.
The Bible really just shows you can improve yourself. If you're a terrible person, you can fix yourself.
Wow.
Growth. Anyways, you and your son and your daughter and your manservant and womanservant and the Levite who dwells in your cities, actually multiple. And you shall rejoice and be refreshed in the sight of the Lord your Skytis by all the things to which you will extend your hand. Be careful, lest you abandon the Levite at any time while you are living in the land. When the Lord your Skytis will have enlarged your borders, just as he has spoken to you, and when you would eat the flesh that your soul desires, but if the place which the Lord your Skytis will choose, so that his name may be there, is far away, you may kill from your herds and your flocks, which you will have in the manner I instructed to you, and you may eat in your towns as it pleases you. You know, halfway through reading that sentence, I was like, okay, that's kind of convoluted, but I still get it. I'm going to try to summarize it and explain it afterwards. And then by the end of the sentence, I was like, okay, go fuck yourself. I don't get it. I'm out. So if anybody wants to translate that previous part to plain English, I thought it was like, if you're not allowed to kill your own flock and all of that, unless the largest guy decides the special place where you're allowed to eat that is far away, then you may do so as long as you're going there, but that's not it. So what the fuck is
this one of those like
no Teras mayonnaise is not an instrument.
No. Yes, very good. Would this not be on the same level as the plain laws work in our current times?
Wait.
Where until you land, you have to abide by the laws of the country you left from. But then the moment the wheels touch the ground,
when the laws of that country now apply. Down.
Shut up.
Foo Fighters send their regard. Okay, Teras. Here's a little spoiler. As far as I can remember, which is, let's say until I was maybe, let's just say 7 to be safe. I have never been on a plane. I have no fucking clue about plane laws or anything.
Well, it's a common thing in movies and things. It's like common knowledge at this point, where the obviously when the plane is let's say in America, and it leaves America, then to the moment it lands at its destination that is not America, American law apply to it.
It's plain and simple.
I hope you step on a Lego.
I was really expecting you to say I hate you, but close enough.
I think that's worse.
I'm not sure what's worse. I mean, stepping on a Lego is the one-time thing. Sure, it's unpleasant, but hating is usually. I mean, sure, it might end at some point, but it usually lasts for longer. But the thing is,
but how convincing would my hatred actually be?
But I guess stepping on a Lego would more negatively impact me than you hating me. So.
And also, how convinced would you be if I told you I hate you? Like, you wouldn't actually take that seriously, would you?
Not after the music hit story. Yeah, I remember. Of course I do. Fuck you.
See, stepping on Lego is the correct kind of chaos that I like to sow. It's just a minor inconvenience. But boy, does
You know what
does
a
it
minor
ruin your
inconvenience
evening.
is? If your stepbrother steps on Lego. Because then he really is a stepbro. I like how hard you tried to nod. And you just couldn't.
I honestly, I fucking can't.
He tried so
It's
hard.
so
You just shrug it
fucking
off.
dumb.
And he fucking couldn't.
It's so fucking awful. It's like it's not even a joke at that point. You're just connecting things that.
No, Terrence. Terrence, you want to know what a
I
joke
don't-
is? You're a joke to me.
It's like seeing sand in your sandwich and saying, "Well, now I know why it's called a sandwich." It's the same kind of stupid joke. It follows the same dumb fucking lingual logic.
Anyways, you ready to move on? Lego. You're clearly not ready.
I'm not. It's been a long time.
Reach out to your left. There's a glass with some alcoholic beverage.
What, you're right.
No, you're right. No, wait, you're left. I can't even anymore. It hurts.
I am at least 6 different levels of done.
Just like my steak that I made for lunch. Just as these roe deer and the stag may be eaten, so also may you eat these. You may eat both the clean and the unclean alike. Only beware of this, you may not eat the blood, for their blood is for the soul.
Oh.
What? And because of this, you must not eat the soul with the flesh. Instead, you shall pour it upon the ground like water. I don't even need to say it. Everybody knows what I'm thinking. Fuck you. So that it may be well with you and with your sons after you, and when you will do what is pleasing in the sight of the Lord. But the things that you have sanctified and vowed to the Lord, you shall take up and bring to the place which the Lord will choose. And you shall offer your oblations of flesh and of blood upon the altar of the Lord your Skytus. You shall... Wow, Teras, really?
What?
You're gonna tell me you did not do this?
I didn't do what?
I highlighted it, okay? Be honest. It's funny if you did, but please be honest.
Where
Read
did you
the
highlight?
sentence. Read the sentence and tell me you did not do this. Honestly.
I honestly didn't. I fucking swear to God.
Oh my fucking god. Oh,
Check the original document.
you know what? I believe you.
See,
If the thing is, if you did this, you would proudly tell me now that I realized it, and you'd be
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah,
like-
I did this. This is funny, but no, you didn't do this. I believe you.
Well, see, if I did do it, it would have been a while ago, and once you got into it, I would have laughed. But I didn't even realize until I read it. That is fucking brilliant.
There, I added a comment just for you.
Wonderful, thanks. I'll vibe with that comment on a personal level.
You shall pour out the blood of your victims upon the altar, and you yourself shall eat the flesh. Observe and heed all the things that I instruct to you, so that it may be well with you, and with your sons after you, continually, when you will do what is good and pleasing in the sight of the Lord your Skytus. When the Lord your Skytus will have abolished before the face of your nation. Sorry, let me try this again. What? When the Lord your Skytus will have abolished before the why is the sentence so confusing to my head? When the Lord your Skytus will have abolished before your face the nations which you shall enter so as to possess them, and when you will possess them and live in their land, be careful that you do not imitate them after they have been overturned at your arrival, and that you do not seek their ceremonies, saying, just as these nations have worshipped their Skytuses, so also will I worship. You
Would
shall
it not
not
have
act.
made more sense if it was abolished before you face the nations, rather than your face the nation?
Don't
you
question. No.
like before you face the nations, because
No.
that
I am the Lord your Skytus, and I say these nuts.
wow, okay, yeah, that's a very compelling point.
You shall not act in like manner toward the Lord your Skytus, for they have done their Skytuses all the abominations that the Lord spurns, offering their sons and daughters, and burning them with fire. What I command to you, this only shall you do for the Lord. You may neither add nor subtract anything. Okay, I want to point out two things. First of all, you said that we're gonna do longer things if we do this less frequently. This has been 2 hours.
I was wrong. Continue.
Second of all, I still have half an hour to redeem. So if I get, well, what's a reasonable number? Let's milk this. If I get five subscriptions right now, I'm gonna redeem it, which means Teras has to sit here for another half an hour. Now is your chance. I'm gonna give you, I don't know, let's say like 3 minutes. Otherwise, I guess the stream is ending because Teras is a fucking weakling.
It's not even the
Teras,
Bible anymore.
Teras,
It's specifically you.
You're not only a weakling, you're also the weak link.
Wow. That thing's very cool. At least you have people to raid.
I'm sure I have people to raid. I haven't checked. I'm waiting for people to give me money so I can milk you for
Give me
content.
all of your money.
But I don't think people are gonna do it, which is probably wise. You know what? Also, alternatively, it doesn't have to be 5 subscriptions. It could also just be a total of 20 euros in tips. I'll also take that.
Currency can be exchanged for goods and services.
I mean, for the right price, I'm sure Teras is willing to stick around for even longer.
Hello, I like money.
Why is it so warm here? Somebody send help.
It is absolutely fine. I am dying, but I'm waiting for
This
the
atmosphere is
stream
straight fire.
ends. Don't know, do that. I'm gonna wait till the stream ends before I turn my fan on. You're welcome.
I'm not a fan of that.
I can turn it on now if you'd like.
You know what? Do it so people know what I have to endure. Do it.
This is really nice, by the way.
Yeah, me after a Bible session ends. Okay. Anyways, I don't think anybody wants this to go on for any longer. aside from myself. You know what? Where's my outro? Outro.
Oh no, he's got an outro.
Yeah. When's the next time, Teras?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you would like to come on as a guest, just let me know. We can arrange this. There's not many rules. You just need to behave yourself in a stream-friendly way and don't talk over me too much. That's about it. We like having guests. It helps Teras to cope with life. Imagine having a life. Yeah, you're free to leave, Teras, if you have more important business to attend to, just for the record.
I really don't.
I know. I just wanted.
My brain is just blank.
No. Here's the thing. I just wanted the people on stream to think that I'm just a really nice and courteous person.
Wow, that's false advertising, actually.
No, you. Yeah. So as I said, I will. Oh, I mean, I didn't say that technically. So I will be back next Monday. More Dark Souls 3, of course. Next Saturday, I will be doing the Left 4 Dead Running 2 since the community goal has been reached. Basically, Left 4 Dead 2 speedruns. And whenever something goes wrong, I drink. And I'm probably gonna get a lot more wasted than I am right now. Because I would call myself tipsy, not wasted right now.
Can I specifically get a ping when you're doing that particular stream? Cat Peasant will remember, I'm sure. He's a good person. Honestly, I can try to remember, but I'll probably forget. It's just next weekend. Set yourself a reminder on your phone or something. No, that's don't be silly.
I'm gonna try to remember, but I'm not gonna promise anything. And also, I don't want to set a precedent for people just asking for special treatment. I mean, you can get special treatment, or I can try to give you special treatment, but I'm not gonna do this for everybody, just for specific streams. Anyway, yeah, next weekend, that. Oh, Cat Peasant has already forgotten. Well,
same Cat Peasant.
And the weekend after that, the Nest of Horrors Left 4 Dead 2 Community Night. I'm sure there's a more catchier name I could have come up with. So basically, if you want to play Left 4 Dead 2 with me, join the Nest of Horrors Discord. There's an event there. I'm sure you'll figure it out. We use the Discord event feature. You can play with me. Teras doesn't want to play because he's a pleb. Yeah. And after that, I might actually start Doom 3D. Oh no, sorry, Diablo 3D, the Doom mod. Anyways, who are we raiding? I see two options. We can either go to Torvik if you want more Age of Empires, or we can go to Tenka, who's still doing Diablo 1 speedruns. I have no clue how much longer he's gonna go for.
Torvik.
He's usually already done by now. Okay, we have one vote for Torvik. Yeah, next Bible reading. I don't know, harass Teras. Send him death threats in. No.
Yeah, do it.
Actually, you know what? I think Teras might be about the only person where you can actually do it because it will amuse him. But yeah, next Bible stream, whenever Teras can be bothered. In his defense, it's not easy to be Teras in this situation. He has to suffer a lot of mental abuse.
I'm gonna chat with Skyters. Come on.
I am in a chat with Skyters. Please help. So, anyways, I'll maybe see you Monday. Otherwise, I don't fucking know when I'll see you. Shut the fuck up. Maybe on Discord. Join my Discord. Here, I make YouTube videos. I made a review of Diablo Immortal. Everybody cares about Diablo Immortal, even if you don't care about Diablo. The game is so terribly pay to win. You want to watch that anyways. Go. You know what? Here. Here. Go here right now. Watch the video. Give me interaction. Give me comment. Give me like. Make YouTube algorithm think it's cool. And I'm gonna throw this raid on because I just realized music's about to end, so very unprofessional. Awkward silence. Any final words, Teras?
Penis.